As many of you know, I love Tasmania. This place is truly beautiful. The people are kind, the wilderness is on my doorstep, and even in the cities, things are lush and green. But lately I've been having a problem. Well, more accurately, a series of problems that ultimately come down to memory. Places have a weight of memory on them, especially when those memories are powerful, whether they're good memories or bad memories. I've talked on stream before about the way we form attachments and the way we interact with the world around us. But it wasn't until after spending a weekend away from Tasmania that I realised that I do want to return here and probably retire here. But for the moment, I need to be doing something else. I need to be somewhere else. I think I need to settle down for a little while, clear my head, and in a way, live for myself instead of for the memories that I'm holding on to. So, like I said, the past is woven into everything I see. Every street, every coffee shop, every stretch of coastline. It's all tied to different moments and people. And in a way, those memories have become like ghosts. Memories linger, and they haven't stopped me, but they don't exactly let me move forward either. I guess what I'm saying is it's time for a bit of a fresh start. Somewhere I can create something new. Something that's mine in the here and now and isn't tied to anything that I've done before. It's not going to be about leaving Tasmania behind, but instead it's more like stepping away, so when I do come back someday, I have a clearer sense of who and where I am. But while I am here, let me show you some places that I like. This windy section of road behind Devonport leads us into the wilderness and towards the Leven Canyon. It's maybe all of a 30-minute drive from Devonport, and it's definitely worth the trip if you're the bushwalking type. It is almost always cold all year round, so make sure you pack warm, okay? Welcome to the lovely Leven Canyon. Leven Canyon? Geez, I'm a local and I don't even know. And it is truly gorgeous here. Enormous ferns, temperate rainforest. It's cold. We're on about a 20-minute hike towards the lookout. Not very far. The Leven Canyon Regional Reserve is a limestone canyon that sits behind Devonport, behind Ulverston, near Neera. It's high elevation, there's lots of alpine vegetation, the air is fresh, the tracks are well maintained, and it feels like you're transported into prehistoric times. Look at the size of the ferns, look at the size of the trees, look how green everything is. It really makes you feel like you are an intruder into some ancient past. And in a very real way, you are an intruder into an ancient past. Any mycologists in the audience? Anyone know what that is? It's cool as hell. The walk itself up to the lookout is quite easy. Again, it's only about 20 minutes if you take your time, and there's plenty of rest stops where you can sit, take it a little bit easy. That said, if you don't like walking on elevations, or you have some issues with the mobility, this could be a little tricky for you. Also, all the way up there are these adorable little seats with carved messages on them, letting you know how much further you have to go, and how much further back. It's adorable. And by the time you run across the very last one, you're only a mere moments away from this. Whoa. The Leven River rises near Cradle Mountain, passes through this, the Leven Canyon, and flows north into the Bass Strait near Ulverston. The river drops nearly 1,000 metres over its 99.3 kilometre course. For Americans who operate in freedom units, that's 61 miles. The area itself is so beautiful, and with just a little bit of looking around you can spot all kinds of interesting scenes. Only a few days later, and I'm at the Devonport Car Show. The Devonport Car Show, or more accurately, the Sea Roads Devonport Car Show, is huge. It's enormous. There are so many people that show up from all over Australia for this show that is down by the foreshore. It's a beautiful spot, and it's no wonder that it attracts such a crowd. Primarily, you're looking at muscle cars, classic cars, and vehicles that are older and more interesting. But in saying that, there's people here with a mix of everything, really. There was even little pockets of Japanese import cars, and there was a dyno on the day where people could just come up and use the dyno for free and show off how much power their car was or should have been making.
Oh my god, there's a Supra in the back!
Dude, is this a Supra?
Wow! Is that a Supra?
Dude, is it a Supra?
Yes, indeed, that is in fact a Supra. There were actually several Supras there that day. If you're JDM inclined, it was a good day to be out for that sort of thing. There's honestly something here for everyone, regardless of whether you like your American and Australian muscle cars, through to more modern stuff, through to older British vehicles, and this absolute gem, which is a VTEC powered Mini. This would be so much fun to drive. I got to have a chat with the owner, and he was an absolute legend. He ran me through everything, the fact that he'd done this years ago, and had only just really started bringing it out. It's just so cool to see. It's so good to see the passion of the community in Tasmania and what people are willing to do in order to make a vehicle of their dreams. I was pretty taken by this, which is a Hakasuka Skyline replica. At least I think it's a replica. I've seen this car around before. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've commented on this car before. And oh no, am I starting to reuse content? Have I done it? Have I finally cracked it? Has it only been 5-10 videos and I'm already using footage I've already reused? Oh no, someone please tell me. Someone go back and have a look and let me know. Help, send help. One existential crisis later. Good morning, everyone. I am up bright and early in Melbourne. I haven't even looked outside yet to see what the weather's like, but I need to catch a taxi in order to pick up my car. Oh shit, my Uber pickup's here in 2 minutes. So while I wait, it's worth explaining. What is my goal today? Well, I'm meeting up with a friend for a bit. It's going to be lovely. It's been a long time since I've seen them. It's going to be great. It's kind of an excuse to come to Melbourne, honestly. Anyway, I'm feeling rested, I'm feeling pretty, I'm feeling in my lane. This is a nice place to stay. If you're ever needing a place to stay, West Notting Hill, I can recommend it. Some nice beds, nice rooms, and quite reasonably priced. This isn't an ad, but, you know, for the $200 a night mark, I've spent more money and gotten less. Okay, top tip. When you're getting a hire car, if you're feeling even slightly like you can get away with it, flirt with the person at the counter. Because I just got an upgrade from like an MG3 to a Volkswagen Tiguan at no extra cost, and they definitely had shittier cars available. Just because I took the time out to talk and ask about their day and, you know, just make sure that they were doing okay. That's your top tip for the day. So now I'm in South Melbourne. Got a bit of time to kill, and I don't really know what's around here, but there's a lot of foot traffic, so I'm going to literally just follow the foot traffic, waste a bit of time, see what I can find. So I also just did this by accident. Heck yes. So I didn't know the first thing about the South Melbourne market. I literally stumbled across it accidentally. But what I learned in my rapid Google of searching is that it first opened in 1867 and is Melbourne's longest continually running market. There's about 150 stalls and they're all operated by small business owners. There were a lot of fresh produce there, a lot of food, there were butchers, fresh fruit and vegetables, a seafood section that I very carefully avoided. Big shout out to my other seafood allergen having people out there, and kind of everything. I messaged my friend that I was catching up with where I was, and they said, hey, while you're there, leave the market, don't hang around inside, go outside, and there is a jam donut van. That's where you want to actually be. That's where you actually want to go. So I did. So I've been told to go and try and find some jam donuts and a coffee. Alright, do my best I guess. Let's give it a try. I found it. me being me, I got myself a jam-filled donut and a cream-pied donut. I mean, custard-filled donut. Don't look into this too much. One jam and one custard-filled donut for me. Oh, yeah. It's pretty damn good.
Go get it. Get that donut.
The busy gentleman. Look at him walking. Look at him go. So according to the internet, the best coffee that you can get by popular user review is Trillium. I don't know anything about it, but I'm going to go and see if 480 odd people are wrong. Always fun. Like so many Melbourne institutions, Trillium is located down a back street. The cafe is sort of industrial-esque. I liked it. There was a lot of attention to detail here, and I ordered a test latte, which, upon trying it, it was honestly one of the best I've ever had. I actually left a Google review. One of the very few times I've ever left a Google review.
This place is amazing. You need to come here.
I've talked about this on stream, but loneliness is interesting. Because loneliness is not necessarily about the fact that you're alone. If we were alone, and that was what caused loneliness, then anyone who was in a city wouldn't be lonely. But we know that's not true. What loneliness actually is the element of desiring something, desiring a particular style of relationship, and just not having access to it, and not being able to fulfill that need. Loneliness is a social construct. Loneliness is a social, almost illness, if you will. And being back in a city reminds me of that. There's people everywhere, but it's so easy to feel lost and alone. What I'm also reminded of is that in a city there are a lot more pigeons, including in this random street where every single pigeon decided to hang out. Why are they here? I don't know, but this one is particularly pretty and I want them. Oh, I think they heard me. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh my god, what is happening to my head? It's been a big day. I didn't really accomplish any of the things that I wanted to, but that's fine. I went to the market. I did a nice wander around. Caught up with the friend that I wanted to catch up with, which was great. Now I'm in Glenroy, which is, comparatively speaking, nowhere near anything that I was supposed to be doing, to try and catch up with someone else. They're unfortunately busy. I only just found out as I arrived. That's okay. The drive around was fantastic. Melbourne traffic isn't as bad as what people told me it is. Maybe I just got lucky. I'm now going to go to another place that's rated very highly, which is Mad Momo's. It's supposed to be really good and quite reasonably priced, so I'm pretty excited to see what all the hype is about. Yeah, short walk. Let's go.
The hype for Mad Momo's was well founded. This was some of the best Momo and the best chicken chow mein I have had in a very long time. You can see it on my face. I'm so stoked. I had the funniest interaction there because the person behind the counter said, how do you want it? Spicy? And I said, yeah, spicy. And she goes, okay, medium? And I, no, spicy. She looks at me funny and then turns and says something to the chef, who looks at me and just kind of makes a noise. You can't quite see in this shot, but she's sitting virtually behind me, watching me eat and enjoy myself. And after I finished, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, alright, a little bit of respect. Anyway, if you're in Glenroy and you want some excellent Momo, these people were great. Go check it out. I then went off, did a bunch of stuff I can't really show you because the people I were with asked very kindly to not be on camera. So, that's fine. You gotta respect people's wishes. I then headed back to the airport, jumped on a plane, and went straight back to Tasmania. When I left Melbourne, it was 22 degrees. When I arrived in Tasmania, it was 24 degrees Celsius. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me. What is even going on? As far as weekends away go, This was really rejuvenating. I feel like I've got a bit more of a lease on life in a way. It was just nice to be in a different location, seeing different things, doing different things, and just seeing more of what I guess the world itself has to offer in my general vicinity. Melbourne's not that far away from Launceston. It's all of an hour-long flight. But hey, thanks for joining me on this. For all it might be a rambly collection of words, I had a great time. Please like, share and subscribe and do all that fun stuff, because everything that I produce will now be on YouTube primarily. Streams will be here, everything will be here, the more long form content will be here. And as always, it relies on your support for there to be more of it. So hey, thanks. Goodbye.
I don't think that means what they think it means.